Family from one book, but everyone's on different pages. A family with the same issue, but everyone has different problems. And we need to figure out what's next for them in order to make it in these Chicago streets with their one common enemy running around loosely, Tommy Egan. Now one kid, he killed a potential connect that could help them get out of debt. The other one is sleeping with Brendan Doyle, the op from Dublin. And then you have Walter Flynn, who's losing all of his money and he doesn't want to lose the Flynn name. Now before we jump into this and break down the Flynn family, if you like power content, breakdowns, theories, and predictions like this, then hit your subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. I'm on that road to 50,000 subscribers, so each one of you, I appreciate you. And if you don't see this at 100 likes, hit that like button. Now the Flynn family is an interesting family because they used to have power and right now they're trying to get that power back. But at the same time, everyone is going different angles and pulling the Flynns different directions. They need to get back as a whole. And what I mean is a team. So let's jump into it. What's next for the Flynn family? If we just call out all the BS that the Flynn family has going on, Walter Flynn owes Dublin roughly $4 million for the Four Horsemen. Vic, he's been out and about drinking, trying to find his way because the family didn't want him. But now Walter realized that he needs to bring him back in to help move some product. And then Claudia, as I mentioned before, is messing with Brendan Doyle, who is the one that told Walter if he doesn't get this money, they can eliminate him. Now Walter is torn between his two children, Vic and Claudia. And the reason for that is because he wanted Vic to take over, but we see Vic drop the ball in season 1, and now Vic is back on the team, but Claudia can't be around. The only problem with that is Claudia has the brains in this operation, and Walter, he wants her to be around, but she needs to know her role because according to Walter, her being a woman is not good enough to take over the Flynn family. Now he's trying to let Vic know, listen, follow my lead. We got a way to get out of this debt. Let's do this thing right and get it done correctly the first time. The reason Walter had to prep Vic for this meeting with Michael is because they're getting pills. And at this point, this isn't typically what the Flynn family would move. And also, this dosage is a little bit higher than what it should be, meaning there's a potential for bad to happen. ODs all throughout the city. Vic is here, and Walter already knows how Vic feels about everything going into this because he told Walter in season 1 how he felt about it. Now, Michael, he's a little different. He's a little racist, the same way that Walter is. The only thing is he wears his on his sleeve, and he tells them, if we're going to move this to the south side, no one's going to care if monkeys are ODing or dying. He's referencing black people taking drugs. Now we know that Gloria, she was black. That was Vic's love of his life. The first episode, we seen him crying over at the gravesite. So Vic hearing this, he automatically doesn't want to work with him. But for Walter Flynn, business is business, and he doesn't care about your personal feelings. As long as he can get some money and get out of this debt, it's on site. Well, you remember that common problem that I was talking about? Well, Tommy Egan shows up, and we know that he's looking for Liliana. This is another problem that the Flynn family has going on. Claudia is the one that shot Liliana. Tommy, he's getting closer and closer, so he goes and checks the head of the snake, Walter Flynn. Now for Walter, we know that both of his kids are messing up in the street, but as a father, he doesn't care about that. He's going to protect them. But he knows that Tommy Egan is getting closer and closer to figuring that out, and he wants to keep a distance while keeping his family protected. But this is only going to cause more drama to him when he's trying to get from up under his debt to Dublin and move this pack for Michael. Everything that the Flynn family is doing, Tommy Egan has a part in it, and the kids are always the distraction and the person pulling Walter back from being great. Now, he got Tommy away for a moment, but we know that Claudia, she's out here and she's not moving correctly either, which in return puts more and more pressure on the Flynn family. And this is why you see Walter mad at Claudia. Now, the reason he cuts Claudia off is because if you don't cut her off and she continues to have money, that means she thinks that she has power. That means that she's going to be running around the street doing things recklessly. You remember, she just killed Dr. Williams a couple of episodes ago, who was in charge of Dahlia. That was her only product. That was her only position to actually make it in these streets. But Walter knows that Tommy isn't giving up after what we seen him do on the first season. So he cuts Claudia's money off so she could fall back and lay low for a bit. Even Polly is trying to tell Claudia you need to chill because Walter isn't in the mood to be talking and joking around about your personal life when you're potentially tearing up the whole family. Now she's also messing with Brendan Doyle, who he owes money to. He's trying to find out a way to save not only himself, but the whole organization so he can leave something behind to his kids. If you think Claudia messing up was bad, wait till you get a hold of Vic. Now you remember, Vic didn't want to work with Michael because Michael made some racist comments when the drug exchange was going down. Walter knows he needs him regardless to how Michael feels or what he thinks or says. Business is business, and he needs to get from under that. The most important thing is protecting the Flynn family. Now it's hard to do that when you have two members of the family, Claudia and Vic, tearing the family down. Now what Vic does is he gets up and he doesn't like what Mike is doing. And the reason he hates on this is because he doesn't want his dad working with someone that's racist when he used to be involved with Claudia. So he messes up the drug exchange, tells on the courier who had the drugs, and then he shoots Michael at the house. Now it's good that he did it at the house so they could cover it up, but Walter understands you just screwed over the whole family because this is one out that we had. And he's basically trying to tell Vic, you have to hide your emotions when it comes to business because we needed that money. But Vic doesn't care, and Vic is trying to step up and prove that he could be the man of the Flynn family, which is really setting the whole family back. There's a war going on between the cartel and the Serbs. Now we don't know what's going to happen if Michael doesn't show back up, and they know that Michael's been doing business with the Flynns. Vic just put another target on their back, but we noticed that Vic's been drinking almost every episode. With Vic drinking, he's not in the right mind, and with him trying to prove something, he's not only going to continue to mess up, but put the Flynn family further and further back behind the power curve in the city of Chicago. He already knows that his sister is out here committing crimes. He messed up the Michael Connect. It's looking bad for the Flynns. So it's going to be up to Victor to get each and every one of them in line, because if not only is Tommy going to be a problem, but everyone else in the city is going to be coming to look at the Flynns because they seem very, very weak at the moment. Alright, what do you think about the Flynn family? Which one of the siblings is going to mess up the Flynns even more? Is it going to be Claudia with the things she got going on with Brendan Doyle and her money being cut off? Or is it going to be Vic trying to step up and prove himself to the family while taking out Michael and hitting the booze a little bit? Because let me tell you, you only have two hands as a human, and both hands for Walter Flynn are full trying to keep control of his kids. Let me know what you think. I'm ModeIJ. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.